FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And guys, as we continue our Forex daily market maker setups, let's take a look at today's setups. All right. So we're going to start with the pound pairs. So pound JPY, pound CAD, pound USD. Pretty much had all the same setups essentially. Very similar at least. So with pound JPY, what do we have here? Well, as we continue to talk about PTC, so PTC with pattern, timing, and cycle, right? So pattern, timing, and cycle is what we're looking for. You need these three things to have a good trade setup. So if we take a look at the cycle, we already know we just had peak formation high here. We're in, we had one level here, and then we dropped down, and we had another level, right? So we know for sure that we're trying to look for sells, all right? So that's what we're looking for. So what do we have for this pound JPY, okay? So first things first, pattern. Pattern is a type 3 pattern, all right? Basically, we make it down. We see the 50 here is pushing price down, number one. So we could use that to our advantage to help confirm trades. So essentially, we had a move from the Asian range straight down, came back up. Where did it stop? Stopped in the middle of the range, and then also stopped in the previous week's low. So we're hitting middle of the range, we're hitting the previous week's low, and we're getting pushed down by the 50. And we had a quarter wood. So I don't know how many more things you need as confirmations besides all that to get into that trade. All right. So this trade was an awesome trade. All these pound pairs were very similar trades. I mean, well over 60, 70 pips each trade. So that was pound JPY. Very simple. Again, the pattern, the timing, and the cycle can get you into these trades. One thing I want to emphasize again, right now at this particular time, we were trading the previous week's low, right? So all the way the previous week's low was over here, was right here, as you can see. So because of that, we know that we are in a downtrend, obviously, right? We're moving past. We're breaking past, the previous week's low. So we still got a lot more movement essentially to go. And this particular weekly cycle is a trending cycle. So we know that we're looking for sells. So a lot of different aspects or things that tells us that we're looking for sells on this pound JPY. The next one was pound CAD. And pound CAD was like this. We had a type 2 setup here on pound CAD. We had 3 hits basically to the high of Asia and then also to the high of yesterday. Okay. So this yellow line here is the high of yesterday. So a type 2 setup, and then as you can see, the same movement we got from pound JPY. We also got from pound CAD. All right, so we can see here that on the TDI we were already moving down. You can see there's basically divergence on the TDI where we're moving down already here, and this was still up here. This was still moving up, and then this was actually moving down. All right, so we had divergence there as well. So we had a bunch of different types of confirmations on here as well. Also, not to mention, we were coming off of a peak formation high from the week. So this is the weekly high here so far. So high of the week is here on Tuesday, Wednesday, multi-session M going down, retraced, going down again. So all those things factor into the trade setup that was taken during London. All right. Pound USD, very similar as pound CAD. Type 2 setup. This one we're actually pinning to the top of the range, but we're also pinning to the 200 and the previous day's high as well. All right, so you have a bunch of things, and we have also as well, we still have divergence also here on the chart, on the TDI. So you have divergence, type 2 setup, the timing is correct, and then the evidence, we're pinning to the 200, we're pinning to the high of Asia. We're coming off of the week's high, so peak formation high here on a weekly basis for this week. So we're looking for a sell. So on pound AUD, you can see that the cycle that we're currently in for the week is a market maker cycle, meaning we basically had a false move Sunday, Monday here. This is Sunday, Monday, we got a false move, get a reversal on Tuesday right here, goes all the way up the whole day, and then it consolidates here, creates peak formation high, goes out to create level 1, and then drops. All right, so this is a market maker cycle. Knowing this cycle, you already know what's going to happen on Thursday. You're looking for sells, and these sells came in early, so the opportunity basically presented itself to get into the trade right here when it came back up, because I know that this was going to go straight down. You only get one opportunity at this to get this type of trade in. So the timing was right, the pattern is right here, and it's pinning to the 50 as well, and to the top of the range. Okay, but I think a lot of this particular trade here has a lot more to do with knowing the cycle and knowing the behaviors of what market makers are doing for that week. Because if you know that this is the market maker cycle here, you already know. You don't need, literally, you don't need the to know a whole bunch to understand that this is going to go down, because you've seen this cycle. This is a cycle that you've seen. If you go to pound NZD, if you want a poster board of what a market maker cycle looks like, it's right here. This is literally it. There's one more day left. But you essentially get Sunday, Monday, right here, false move. You come back on Tuesday, you're expecting a hit to the low of Sunday, Monday, and reverse. That's essentially what you get here. Very important that this reverse has to go up the whole day, not just a period or London session only, the whole day. The whole day. Wednesday, you consolidate. You either consolidate Wednesday and then make the peak on Thursday to come down, or you basically make it on Wednesday like it did here, make the peak here on Wednesday and start to come down. Thursday comes around, you already know you're looking for a sell. There's no question about it. So you get into this trade super early and you get that trade there. So I know there's still one more day left, and we'll talk about that tomorrow, obviously. But if you want a poster board of literally what a market maker cycle looks like, it's right here, pound NZD. All right. All right. Let's talk about the last trade. This is gold. What I was looking at on gold is basically, I look at the higher time frames, so weekly, daily, 12-hour, 8-hour time frames. So those are the main time frames that I look at, and primarily what I'm looking at here is the last 3 or 4 days. Basically, has been stuck in a range between 1660, 1659. So the very top here to the very low here of these last 4 candles or so. So the plan was basically to put in a sell limit order at the very top here of 1659. Okay, so that's what I did. Is I put in a sell limit order. Basically, puts me in a sell once if price can get up here to the very top of this 1659, and then it comes down, right? So that's the idea, all right? And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get trade from the very top here to the very bottom here, okay? Now, one thing about gold is that before it likes to make its really big moves like this here, it needs to come back down to at least the 50, all right? So you'll see this very often on gold where before it makes a big move, it's around the 50. All right, so it's been separated from the 50 for a while now. So I believe it's time for it to come back down and retouch that 50 EMA. So basically the trade is to take it from here. The first part of the trade is take it from, let's say 1659 and take it all the way down to like 1624. Okay, and then from 1624, if we can get a break below these levels here, then we essentially have, let's say, a clear shot at getting to the 50 EMA. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. That's the game plan. So waited for price to see if it came up to this area here. If it did, then I would take a sell from here and try to make it to here. Once I'm here, then I could basically kind of reestablish, what's going on, and then possibly, if we get a break from these lows here, then we can take another trade down to here. So the first step is basically, can we get a trade to the sell, right? So as we play this along here, you basically see that we ended up getting a hit all the way up to 1660, I believe it is, and then it reversed. So that automatically put me into the trade, and I'm currently in this trade right now. So I'm currently in profit, and my stop loss is already at break even. So no matter what happens on this trade, I'm not losing. It's either a break even trade or it's going to make profit or not, so this particular trade is obviously still going. So that's the game plan, is to see, can we get price basically to come down to these areas down here. And of course, yes, this will be a trade that God knows how long it'll be open. Could be open for a couple days, could be open over the weekend. It just depends, right? It really just depends on how it moves. Okay, so as we go over to the lower time frames, you'll start to see essentially where we are here with this. Okay, so again, we're already in break even, so I don't care if it comes back up and hits it, great. It doesn't matter. All right, but that is the gold trade. All right, guys. So those were the trade setups for today. So I hope you got some value out of today's video, guys. If you like this content, guys, like the video, share the video. Let me know in the comments that you like this content, guys, so we can keep this going on a weekly basis. If you like this this new daily market maker series, so you can see essentially how these trades kind of evolve throughout the entire week. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate the support that you guys have given us since we started. And if you guys need any further help, again, links is in the description for the next mentoring class. It's on March 30th. All right, guys, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week.
Yeah.